When I was in the grant-seeking end of the relationship, there were certain qualities that I appreciated among program staff that I would contact at grant-making foundations. And it's really a no-brainer. None of this is revolutionary in any way, but it's responsiveness, openness, respect, and transparency.
And you told me of your experience when you used to have to call program officers. Tell me about that.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, especially when I first started off, I would oftentimes spend hours just preparing and psyching myself up and role playing and, oh, these are the questions I need to ask, and this is my 30-second elevator speech, the really good program officers that I would talk to did their best to try to mitigate that sort of power dynamic and demystify the process and just have an honest conversation, just like if you're having a conversation with your next door neighbor about what you do for a living.
When it comes to relationships, how does a program officer's relationship with his or her grantees affect that foundation's ability to have impact?
Well, it's a good question. I think when I first started here at the foundation a little bit over 5 years ago, I was more concerned with what you might call the science end of grant making. Grant making has been called both an art and a science. And I was more concerned about, what are the specific components I should be looking for in competitive proposals? How do I analyze them? And what I've grown to appreciate is more the art side of that process. And that's where the relationships come in, because it's not the building solid relationships with grantees and other types of organizations is not just a matter of respect and community engagement. It actually helps you do your job better. If you understand the organization inside and out, and you build that level of trust, they're more willing to share with you not only their strengths, but also their challenges, which allows you as a grant maker to be more effective in how you structure your programs and how you make grants to support the organization grow to the place where they need to be.
Great. So the third category is expertise, understanding of fields and communities. And on that point, you talked about the sweet spot that you look for, which is between national data, proven national approaches, and community capacity. You're able to spend time reading this data, go to conferences, you have this view that maybe lends to a power imbalance as you try to synergize between those elements. How do you do it effectively?
Well, it's a really good question. I mean, there are a couple points there. One is a lot of the concepts that we're talking about can seem fairly esoteric to a number of different types of community groups. If you go to the American Public Health Association National Conference and you learn about some incredible innovative program that's been launched in Philadelphia and they're getting great results, you come back all charged up to Portland and you're trying to share that story. You need to do it in a way that it is not perceived by the grant-seeking community as forcing your idea upon them. There's that community readiness to engage on an issue that's critically important. And you also have to recognize that in the foundation world, I mean, I feel incredibly fortunate to be able to have the time and the resources to actually deepen that content expertise. And not every organization has that luxury. And so whenever possible, you have to be able to create opportunities for learning that your grantee organizations can participate in that, again, don't feel as though they're didactic or that they're being taught from an academic or top-down perspective, but rather you're trying to create a community of learning where everybody can be more effective.
Last question. You are now, head of a major foundation. You're going to be, that was good, it's very good, but I work fast, CEP works fast. You're thinking about hiring the best program officers.
Right.
What would you be looking for?
Well, a combination of both the hard skills and the soft skills. So a combination of both the strong analytical skills that are going to be necessary, balanced with a very honest commitment to relationship building and to the forthrightness and commitment to engaging the community that is going to be necessary if the foundation is going to be truly viewed as a community partner.